In case you missed it, the news reported, Melly's lawyers have officially submitted their final paperwork requesting his release on bond until the trial in September. This time, they're confident he'll be granted release shortly, after Melly's mother shared an update on his potential release, adding to the growing anticipation.
Still praying. I know I said I would give, I'll keep everybody updated with what's happening. I know right now we're waiting. So basically, the judge is going to do, I guess, a written order. So we're just waiting, and that order can come any minute, or it could come tomorrow. I don't know. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So everybody just keep praying, keep having faith. Tessa, I've been crying too. It's been a long time coming, you know.
As Melly's lawyer submitted his latest bond release package, the big question remains, does it justify letting him out? According to the filing, Melly's legal team proposed an undisclosed bond amount, backed by his label, 300 Entertainment. If approved, Melly would be placed on house arrest, or an ankle monitor, and have 24/7's private security monitoring. The proposal was described as airtight. One rapper even reacted, saying, "That boy Melly is coming home. I feel it." The supporting evidence begins with Melly's mother, who claimed they now have proof he's not being treated like a human while behind bars.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
They also plan to present evidence from the original trial to challenge the federal claim that Melly committed the crime inside the Jeep. According to GPS data, Melly was actually seen running down a nearby street and hiding in a bush, casting serious doubt on the prosecution's version of events.
Part of saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, "There's a car coming behind him, and I'm hiding." He was like, "There's some, there's some, I think they're still out here or something." So I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm okay." I said, "Well, where are Zach and Ruby?" And he said, "I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're..."
To support their claim that it was actually a drive-by shooting, the defense pointed out that, during the original trial, it was confirmed no firearm was ever recovered at the scene.
The first thing, I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for the observation because I don't know what I'm used.
Okay.
However, prosecutors then took a troubling step. According to reports, a no communication order has been filed in the Melly trial. This order strictly prohibits any interaction between Melly and Bortland. No conversations, no legal coordination, complete silence. Prosecutors are believed to be using this tactic to pressure Bortland into flipping on Melly, as they push to have both tried together in the same courtroom.
Try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together, just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once. And also get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. We're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
After Melly showed up in court, the most alarming revelation came to light. If Bortland knows he didn't commit the crime, he may not be able to sit through a life sentence without speaking up. That means there's a real chance he could shift the blame onto Melly. But what makes it worse is that prosecutors have now captured Melly's ex-girlfriend, who had been hiding outside the US since the first trial. They believe she holds key information that could be used to testify against him, which is why she was taken into custody.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
The judge had Mariah sign an agreement confirming she will testify against Melly in the upcoming trial testimony that could ultimately determine his fate. After her release, she posted on Facebook, "Thank you to my village. I love y'all so much. God's plan, not mine." But things took a darker turn when investigators uncovered disturbing evidence from Mariah's iCloud account, suggesting that Melly had pressured her not to testify. This has now led to a separate charge of witness tampering, a serious offense that carries a potential life sentence, regardless of the outcome in the Sackheiser and Juvie case.
State filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
Because Melly was caught tampering with a witness through jail phone calls, he's been stripped of phone privileges for nearly a year. His mother was outraged by the decision, calling it unfair and saying her son is being targeted.
Has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
If it's true that Melly used the jail phones for witness tampering, that explains why his access was cut off there, trying to prevent him from further interfering with the prosecution's case. But what could ultimately seal Melly's fate isn't just that, it's what Bortland might do next. After the first trial seemed to pin the entire crime on him, Bortland now has every reason to turn on Melly, and if he does, it could be the move that locks Melly away for life.
Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car, two bodies, car, riddled with bullets. When he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he is a suspected firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having the phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said everybody had the phone in the pocket, not Cortland Henry.
It was revealed that Bortland was the one who lied to federal agents. He was the last person seen with the victims, and even tested positive for firearm residue. An investigator who worked directly on the case was brought in to explain the findings in detail, confirming that gunpowder was found on Bortland's hands.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of plant residue and two component particles, and the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of plant residue and 1 two-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, the plant residue present on the hands.
Bortland wasn't happy about any of this, which played a big role in Melly's trial ending in a mistrial. Afterward, he tweeted, "Mind games don't work on people like me," along with a handshake emoji almost as if he's signaling that he's made some kind of deal. What's more troubling is that if Bortland is involved in Melly's upcoming trial, prosecutors are expected to play interrogation footage from the night of the crime, footage that clearly shows Bortland lying about what really happened. Rewrite.
Tell me what happened. And I was playing music, you know, I was already being stupid. On this home, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's out of nowhere, like, sure, you know what I'm saying? So, and I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car, and I almost cried.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
From Fort
Lauderdale studio. Which way did you take?
To Austin, 595
to 75. Then you took 75.
It was clear to officers that Bortland's story wasn't adding. He tried to stick to it with confidence, but eventually got caught in a lie, further raising suspicion about his role in the crime.
Here's the hard part, what we're having a hard time to understand is that we shut down that entire area, and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walk it out. They didn't find as much as 1 shell casing. They didn't find 1 piece of glass. Nothing. Nothing to what you said adds up. And
You talk early? Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's nice.
I mean, for whatever reason, your two friends, are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These my like,
These your two, I'm assuming close friends,
no.
and you're doing them an inservice by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. I don't like. How? What do you want?
How do you make shell casings disappear?
I don't know. I cannot tell you about the shell king.
But things took an even worse turn when Bortland realized the officer wasn't buying his story. Sensing the pressure, Bortland began to shut down and tried to stop talking altogether.
Slower, and that's it. I don't even talk about it. 'Cause I told you. I don't know.
Okay. Just so you know, right? Because you're saying, well, I don't want to talk anymore. There's going to be a lot more questions. And we're not trying to piss you off. The thing is, we don't know your friends.
Yeah.
So the reason we have to ask all these questions, because the more we know about your friends, your lifestyle, your friend's lifestyle, your friends, his friends, and the circumstances surrounding today, the more, the easier it's going to be for us to try and solve this.
With the clock ticking on their limited interrogation time, the officer looked Bortland in the eye and asked directly, "If you know who did this, would you tell me?"
Chaser and Juvie wanted an even split of the money, but did zero work for it. However, the money in that YNW bank account seems to be running low. It was announced Melly's mom trends after she announces that she started a fans account while he stands trial. This took the internet by storm. Even DJ Academics had to say this.
So YNW Melly's mom has announced that she's gonna be starting the old. And I gotta be honest with y'all, man, like, this is perplexing. The reason why it's perplexing is because I can't understand why she's doing this. Your son is fighting for his life. How much, there's certain mothers in hip hop, and you probably could name a few, I won't name all of them, that I feel like their son became stars, but they also wanted to be stars as well. Blueface's mom is one of them. The situation between Melly's mom and Melly, I always thought was interesting, but I never thought she'd be doing this. If you're wondering if she's doing this for money, this can't be a money play. Like, no way, no how.
Despite Academics claiming it's not about money, social media didn't agree, because an old interview with Melly's mom and brother revealed that Melly was dumb with his money, and it seems like they're worried for his finances.
I would assume that he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry and you're not here to wear the jewelry?
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend
That's
money
what
on.
bro. But he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, there was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't even want to chain no more.
It's important to note what Jamie King's been going through, as starting a fans account could be an outlet for her to get her mind off Melly's trial. We all saw during the original trial Melly having to ask if she's okay several times.
Sorry.
That's